because that's hit a record low of 92.39 right now, and that, of course, is going to be a weighed in on heavy market sentiment as well. But tell you what, we'll take a very quick break. We've got a very, very interesting management lined up. And we have Vikas Gupta, MD Operations at PG Electroplast, joining in to talk about how the war in the Middle East is going to impact their business. And Vikas, I'm going to urge you to just stay with us. We'll take a very quick break and come right back with you.
Welcome back, and we're joined by Vikas Gupta of PG Electroplast this morning to give us a sense of all that's playing out with regard to three pieces, of course, Vikas, that we need to speak about. One is the gas shortages. First, talk to us about that. What has been conveyed to you? What does this do with regard to manufacturing for you? What kind of a drag does it create?
Good morning, Harsh.
Very good morning.
Basically, the availability of LPG and PNG is constrained, and there are disruptions in that. Our teams are in touch with the vendors for the supply partners for these gases, and we are seeing a disruption in our production schedules. And so right now, if you look at March month, typically it's always a peak month for the production for the air conditioners. And unfortunately, we are facing a disruptions in our plant operations because of the shortage of gases. So we are still trying to figure out how to come out of it. We are working with our teams, our technical teams, to look at the alternate options.
What have you told your customers, therefore? Because there'll be contracts which you will have to honor. Have you exercised force majeure yet? At what point do you do that?
So we are maintaining a very active dialogue with our customers here. We are keeping them updated on day-to-day scenario. In fact, our customers are also experiencing similar maybe issues at their plant level also. So they do understand what are the issues that we are facing. So they're sympathetic to that. We are working with them to resolve this situation.
Happens to pricing, Vikas? If at all you're able to source raw material at a higher price, and I'm not just talking about gas, it's also about the other plastic raw materials where prices have gone up. Do you have a direct pass-through of that as part of your contract? And how much of that is already locked in with back-to-back contracts that you have with your suppliers versus what is it that you might have to actually acquire and incur, and the impact on your margins as a result of that?
Harsh, please understand, we maintain a costing mechanism where all the volatility or any movement in the commodity prices are passed on to our clients. But please appreciate and understand that there is always a lag between the price acceptance that we get from our clients. So we are still in touch with them, and it's a kind of a situation which is not a usual thing. And we are discussing with them to see how we can mitigate this pressure on the cost.
So you might have to take, Vikas, and this is very important that you're giving us this information, you might have to take a knock with regard to some portion of this increase. And of course, some portion will likely be borne by your customers. Is that how it will likely play out?
So, Harsh, please understand, we do maintain certain inventory of polymers at our end. And we are able to cover ourselves for the polymer thing for next week, 10 days time. And we are in discussion with our clients to see how we can get the price increase for them.
Point taken, Vikas. I'd want to therefore understand this will likely impact your sales. What if this conflict prolongs for a longer period of time? I know I have PN3 still left. I will come on that with regard to some questions on that. But if this were to prolong, Vikas, does it leave the room AC market in India at a deep risk, given the fact that this summer of 2026 has actually come in early?
Harsh, our technical teams are working on alternate technologies, alternate ways and alternate gases where we can use the alternate gas to do that the process of brazing or welding, which is a key manufacturing process in AC manufacturing. So we are hopeful that we should be able to find an alternate to that, some solution to that in next week to 10 days time. So if you look at the long-term view for next 2-3 months, we feel that if there is an extended summer and everybody's hoping that there will be extended summer in the months of April and May, we should be able to cater to the customer demands and based on the breakthrough that we should be able to get through the alternate ways of working on it.
Give us a sense on how demand is, because at this juncture, 2-3 weeks early is what summer has hit India by. Is demand stronger than what you were earlier penciling in?
So Harsh, definitely the mood is quite positive, mood is quite bullish on the demand side. And we are seeing a movement of the inventory at the channel partners. When we did our last channel check, we got a very positive news that there is a movement happening. The tertiary sales have started picking up, and we are hoping that the summer season will come out to be well.
Vikas, how does PN3 impact you? Is there a large impact? Is there a quick tie-up that you're going to have with a Chinese player to try and accelerate back-ending of or backward integration of your business?
So Harsh, we feel that the relaxation which has come from the government of India regarding the Press Note 3 investments, it's a positive move. It will definitely help our industry. For our company particularly, we do not have any JV discussion right now in pipeline. So hopefully, as and when we are able to work on some kind of a JV partnership, this relaxation of Press Note 3 should be helpful to us.
Okay, and Vikas, how quick would that JV setup be? Are you in advanced talks? Are you just about starting? Talk to us about how advanced is the stage in terms of the conversation?
Harsh, as of now, we do not have any conversation in pipeline. I'm just giving you a general comment that as and when we get into some discussions, definitely this relaxation will help not only us and the entire industry.
Point taken, Vikas. Vikas, what's evolving in terms of pricing on ground? Because what we've seen is commodity price inflation has come in a strong fashion across the industry. It's not just you. We've already seen price hikes of around 8 to 10%. 2-3 large players have announced it. Talk to us about the pricing trends which could play out over the next 2 months, because it's not like firstly it's fast evolving, but it's also not like commodity prices have a upside risk of cooling down, at least at this point. Do you believe that there is likely to be an upside risk in terms of pricing at a consumer level?
So Harsh, please understand, we need to factor in, there was a reduction in GST from 28% to 18% in air conditioners, which was done in month of October. So if you look at the customer end, whatever was the price of an air conditioner in the last summer, and we come with the landed price for the customer during this summer, there should not be a major change, because the GST reduction will be able to help us in mitigating whatever is the increase in the BOM cost due to the volatility of the polymer prices, copper prices, aluminum prices.
Okay, Vikas, thank you so much. This gives us a very good understanding with regard to all that's playing out within your space.
Thank you.
Viewers, what we'll do is slip into another very short break, come back with more. Midcap Masala will take all the action forward.